What is going on, guys? Joey Franza here with FLEXX Training Systems, and today we are going to be breaking down Russ's meet. I'm just going to kind of let the video run for a little bit. This is his video on his channel, which will be linked down below. Um, and I'm just going to kind of talk about some things before the meet and some of the stuff that we had to deal with coming into the meet. And then once we actually get to, the meet, I'm gonna use this video to kind of break down his lifts, talk about, some of the stuff that I was thinking as it was happening. Um, just really just take you guys along with like my thought process and what we were trying to accomplish and stuff like that. Um, Duhan actually did a really, really, really good job of being like invisible. Like when we were handling business and doing stuff, like he was recording and like places and showing you guys like how we work behind the scenes and stuff like that. And I didn't even know he was there. Like I literally didn't even know he was there. So I think it's a really good way to kind of see like how meet day goes and what I'm trying to accomplish and what I'm trying to do. So, um, as you guys know, coming into this meet, Russ had a pretty significant adductor, sort of low hip groin area type injury. Um, I guess it was bothering him for a little bit, but he didn't really make too much of a fuss about it. And then it got to a point where I think he was warming up for like 3 reds, and he just like it hurt so bad that he couldn't do it. So at this point we're like 8 weeks out ish, and maybe 8 9 weeks out. It was just bad timing. I remember like when it happened. I kept thinking to myself like, okay, what is like the absolute last possible like threshold where we have to make a decision? And I was kind of hoping that we could at least get in maybe one really solid day, 1 or 2 really solid days about a month out, and I could probably taper him from there, and we would make the best of it. But we ended up falling like really, really like down to the wire. Like it came down to like the last possible chance. Like he got better. I mean, I don't think he could have waited any longer. Honestly, maybe he could have burnt one more week, but it would have been like we would have been cutting it close at that point. So he had that injury. As soon as he had that injury, we started communicating every day just to kind of monitor how it was, and I had to be prepared. And he was 100% on board with like anything that we needed to do to try to get him through this injury, to get him to this competition. He was willing to do it. He has a PT that would work on him. I believe he would come to the house and manually work on him. He had some really light, easy recovery days that we did just for blood flow that I feel like really helped facilitate the healing process. I completely redid his training and I condensed it down to 2 days a week of lower body with like a deadlift focus and a squat focus. And we kind of fell into this pattern where like Saturdays we would have like less pain, so we were able to get more work done. And then he could do his normal deadlifts on a Tuesday. Um, and then once he got good enough to be able to take like a single, he would like take the single. It would maybe aggravate him a tiny bit, maybe just a little bit. And then we would have an easier week after that, just like light deload stuff. And then we would take another single the week after. We were taking singles as much as we could. It would be like heavy, like 700s, then like low 600s, then like 700s, and like mid 600s. So, we had gotten good enough to be able to do that much. And I said, okay, we could work with this. And luckily for us, it kind of landed on meet day. So the good single day, uh, you know, just so happened to line up with like around the time that he would compete. Not exactly on the same day, but around then. Um, and the fact that we even got to that meet and we're able to do, like, once he hit his squats, I really just thought to myself, the communication and the ability to just stay calm when your body is like obviously like not 100% and just show up and execute with all the pressure coming into a meet like this. I mean, I don't really know of many people that can tolerate that kind of stress and still get the job done. And he did it. It's unbelievable, honestly. I said that I've been doing this a long time, and I've seen a lot of shit. I've seen a lot of stuff from a lot of different kinds of lifters, and he continues to amaze me each and every time. So I am going to begin to talk about his lifts now. Well, I guess I should talk about the cut. I believe there's some footage of weigh-ins here. The cut was not bad. I mean, we did our normal thing. We just kind of like we'll diet down to about 190, 189, 188, something like that, and then we'll kind of get it down a little bit lower, just with like water cut, and then we sweat the rest. This is something that we've done many, many times now. Russ feels really comfortable doing it, and I don't really see a reason to change it. I mean, it works every single time. I am usually with him at the meet, so like I could be really on top of him in terms of like like the water, the sodium, all that stuff after the meet, and you know we have Fam helping us. Shout out to Fam, Famist Coach, I believe that's his Instagram. Um, he's the one that does like all his nutrition and like wake up protocols and stuff like that, and he's done a really, really, really good job with him. I'm really happy, honestly, with Fam taking care of that. Like I could do it, but it's nice to have a guy who specializes in that, where I could just talk to him and say like, "Hey, this is what I need my lifter to be at," and then they just do it. Like it's great. It's honestly like it allows me to just really focus and double down on like what I need to be good at, and then we have somebody else helping that too. Shout out to Martha or whoever it was that brought these little hydration packets that he used. They're these little blue packets. They're essentially triorals, but they taste good. Trioral does not taste good. It tastes like ocean water. uh, and yeah, so that's that. Okay, so getting into the meat now. Like, once I saw warm ups. By the way, we had Wheeze there, our boy Wheeze, just for literally just for like helping with loading the warm ups and like I just wanted people around us that we were comfortable with that made us feel like we're in our own element. You know what I mean? Um, so I wanted somebody there that I knew really, really well, and then I had Will. Will is the first coach that I ever hired under FLEXX Training Systems back in 2017. He is proven himself time and time again. He is incredibly loyal. He's always like super busy. Like he never has availability because he's just so good. And he's honestly like he's just great to have around. And he was very helpful and just kind of running certain things in the warm up room that would allow me to kind of focus on like winning the meet and executing and picking the right numbers and stuff. And I will tell you guys like where he really, really, really helped like identify some things that I simply couldn't because I can't clone myself, right? But I'll tell you guys about that once we get to bench. That being said, rolling into squats now. So everybody was asking me coming into this meet like what are we gonna get? Like what are we gonna hit? What numbers do we want to hit? And I normally pretty much know, but this time because of the injury and we really only had one squat session that was like good enough to taper from. Literally, like we're just doing singles and then like whatever his body would give him after that. Um, so this was a very important opener. This is gonna kind of tell me like, okay, what are we working with today? What do we have in the tank? Um, and then I can kind of make the plan from there. So 655, 656 opener. Moved great. Slower than like normal rest, but like I was like, all right, like we could work something. We could work with that. Like that's very doable. Um, So I think we went to 688 next, I think. And then this is me just asking him like, how are you feeling? Everything good? Any pain? Uh, I don't know what the hell I told Will here. You guys got to watch the video for that. um, but I pretty much knew that we were going to be able to hit something around the 700s. After that, and squat is like a very technically sound lift for us. Like we don't really have any issues with like depth or anything. I know in 2019 we had trouble at that meet, but like he literally hit all his squats at Worlds, which is like the hardest meet in the world when it comes to just you got to be unbelievably strict. So our next squat here, 310.5. The point 0.5 is on there because we're allowed to have the chip taking the record. You guys can see it on the right here. It's really, really small. Um, you always want to take the chip when you can because it just gives you an advantage. Like if somebody wants to tie you that, they have to go up a whole full they have to go up like a full 2.5 kg if that makes sense. So second attempt, nice and easy. And it's really the second attempt is like the most important squat. It's like one of the most important squats. I mean, they're all important, but the second attempt is super important because I don't know what the hell I'm telling him here. Just trying to coach him up between rounds. Any little thing that I can do to help him, that's all I'm trying to do. Uh, but I think we put on 320.5 just to be safe. Um, I think Will and Sean were saying like, oh, like he could probably do 323.5, and I was like, okay, well, if your life depends on it, what are you gonna do? We do the one smaller. So I think we jumped about 10 kilos. No, it was more than 10. Yeah, it was 10 kilos. Sorry, 10 kilos. Obviously, a lot of behind the scenes like action here. You guys got to check the video out for that. So we put on the 320.5, which I believe is like 706. I mean, this is a weight that what gave me a lot of confidence, and Russ was like super fucking confident the whole time. Anything I put on there, I know he's gonna trust me and he's just gonna fucking do it. So you know, there's nothing like I'm like looking at everything, like making sure everything's good. Russ is like, bro, I just want to fucking do this shit. So what gave us a lot of confidence coming into this was that he already hit 711, like 2 weeks out, I think. Nice little last big squat to kind of like give us some confidence. And yeah, 706, nice and easy. I mean, there's no doubt in my mind that he was going to be able to do this. Uh, just in the back of my mind, I'm like, I hope his leg holds up. I hope the injury doesn't come back. If it did come back and he hit the lift, I mean, I guess it wouldn't fucking matter at that point because we don't need that. We don't need the adductor for for the other lifts. But you know, I've done five of these nationals now with Russ, and honestly, like the amount of hours and time that we have spent just kind of going over. I'm gonna play that one more time. Uh, just going over technique, making sure his feet are in the right place, making sure his hands are in the right place, making sure his core is braced, his belt placement. I mean, he knows that I'm even like anal about the freaking singlet he's using, knee sleeves, like everything just has to be where it needs to be, and you know, year after year after year, like you're building this relationship with your coach. You're refining your squat, you're refining your technique. You're competing at the highest level all over the world against like other lifters that want what you have. It's a lot of pressure, but like it gets easier and easier. The process gets easier and easier because like the confidence, like you guys know what works. You've done this a million times under pressure. Like we thrive in the realm that others like fear or falter, if that makes sense. We literally thrive in that environment. That's where we are our best. That's where we show, that's where we show like all of our hard work and we really just put it on the platform. I remember right here after he hit his squat, I I was very much of the mindset like let's focus on bench. I immediately was thinking I actually left. I actually walked off. Like after he hit it, I left. Like I went to the back and then I came back and I was just like, let's focus. We got a bench now. Like I'm not gonna get super excited. Like not yet. We're in a great position. but we still got work to do. We still got work to do. So bench time now. This is no time to be super cocky or anything like that. You always want to give your opposition respect, even if they, uh, even if they, I don't know, say whatever they say. Like you just always want to give them respect. You never know, even if they're not super strong or anything like that. Obviously, like all of our competitors are strong, and if we slip up, like they can catch us. So we just had to be on point. And one thing that did come into play here that we were noticing in the back is that these racks are low to the ground compared to what we were using. That being said, William, young William, was able to point that out in the warm ups. I mean, I was there in the warm ups, but I couldn't see Russ's hips. I couldn't see his butt like on the platform because of where I was standing, and I was like, I mean, there's a lot of things to pay attention to on bench. You gotta look at the feet, the butt, the head has to stay down, the grip has to be covering the ring, elbows have to be locked. Like, there's a lot of shit. So like, I having Will there to kind of just be behind me and watch like one thing while I watch other things. I mean, it was so helpful to me, and it's like Will is like it's like if I'm the head coach on a football team, Will is like my assistant head coach. You know what I'm saying? Like you know he's looking at everything. He's making sure we're double checking everything. We're making sure everything's locked in, and you know this is a situation that I don't think he's been in before. I mean, I think he handled the primetime girls, but this is like a super high pressure situation, and it was just good to have him there to kind of just allow me to. I mean, I'm all about just even in training, just the way that my mind works. It's like, okay, is the thing that I'm spending time on moving me forward? If it is, great. If it's not, or if there's a more important thing, then perhaps I could delegate that less important thing to somebody else. They're all important, and actually, what Will pointed out was actually incredibly crucial because I found out later that a lot of our opposition had a lot of problems with just the bench being lower and like having to really adjust your setup and your body to like what you have. And one thing that I am very proud of is that Russ was able to complete all three benches. The number was obviously less than like what we wanted it to be. Granted, we are cutting a little bit more than normal, but we still were able to execute and have all 9 for 9 day. Um, so let me fast forward a little bit here to the first bench. So yeah, Will was standing in the back right there, and then I would go up a little bit closer just to kind of really like see what was going on, make sure the weights are loaded correctly, uh, and just make sure everything's on point. And I always tell my lifters like tell the handout guy how you want it. It could be it's got to be like your handout could really mess you up if they give you a bad handout. So you just got to communicate to them, what it is that you want. So um, I don't know if we have the. I don't even remember what the number was. It was probably like 391. It looks like 391 or maybe 397. So nice and easy opener there. So right after that, I mean, I'm actually gonna watch it back. Right after that, Will was telling me, really make sure his butt stays down, right? So we went in the back and I pulled up a video of me benching and I showed him like how I want him to do it. I don't care what people like in the moment, you just got to do what I say. And Russ is really, really, really good at that. Sorry, guys, I'm on a wireless mic and my mic cut out. But I think what I was telling him here was I think I was showing him a video of me benching, and I was saying like I want your legs out and wide, crank them back behind you, press down and through your midfoot, and then as you fire off your chest when you get that press command, drive your hips down into the bench. Exactly right there. That's exactly what I was saying him. He's like, okay, I got you. I'm gonna execute. And then he did it. Like we went on to our next. Let's see if Duhan can get a side view here. Um, yeah, stayed down. Perfect. Excellent. That's what we want. That's what you have to be able to do. You have to be able to make the adjustments in the moment to like be successful. Like nobody cares about excuses. Nobody cares what the bench is. If you miss a lift, like you miss a lift. Like you got to fix it. Um, And at this point, I think they were just telling me that I had too many people out there. But Will had pretty much already done his job. He had already told me, you know, what was going on with Russ's hips, and we fixed it. And then here, I was just like, do it again, do exactly that. Um, and he did that, and we got all three benches. Obviously, we gotta get the numbers up, especially in the lighter weight class. But he was able to get it done. And we'll look at his third attempt right here. And again, his bench is like, we're gonna make some changes to his bench. I'll leave it up to him if he wants to tell you guys what we're gonna do. It was a change that we tried to do in the past, but he wasn't really a fan of it. And I think now he's just like, you know what, like I'm down to do it. Um, is it gonna make a massive difference? It should make a little bit of a difference, and I think it might allow us to get a little bit more kilos out on bench. And if we could do that, man, if Russ bench is 200 kg, it's gonna be hard to beat this man. So I say that, but no one's been able to really beat him in 5 years, aside from Gibbs. Shout out to Gibbs. But that was back in the day when we got that one back. Anyway, fast forward now, deadlift time. If you guys watch his actual video, there's a lot of me like talking about what numbers we need. Um, and one thing that you guys got to understand about Russ is like he trains in a hot gym. I've been in that hot gym about a year ago, exactly a year ago, and it is really hard to hold on to the bar. Even if you have chalk, it is just fucking hot, man. It is so hot. And he's able to like do what he's doing in training, and yeah, his grip might slip here and there. But on meet day, when it's air conditioned, it's so much easier for him. And it becomes, it's almost like he trains in heavy gravity, like way heavier gravity. You know what I'm saying? And then when meet day comes, everything is just easy peasy. So grip looked really, really solid there. I was very happy with that. I believe this is the last warm up, and Will helping me run numbers, running warm ups. Very solid. So here we are to the opener, 683. Nice and easy opener. And again, this is a lower body lift, so I'm like, okay, like how much are we gonna have in the tank? And like coming into this, pause it real quick. I was doing a lot of math. I was figuring out like, okay, we probably win with 711. If I could put a little bit more on there, I'll do it. You know, I got Will looking at it, I got Weeze looking at it, I got me looking at it. There's no way we're gonna mess this up. So of course, Russ has to execute. Grip is locked in. I remember the video, the coach's corner I did on him in 2017, where I broke down his hip position, I broke down his knees, I broke down how he deadlifts, right? And it is so crazy to me to look back, 5 years and just be like, man, we were doing this for a minute, boys. For a minute. Very life changing minute. Nice and easy opener. So right there, I'm like, all right, cool. Like, let's try to put the dagger in it on the second one. Um, I think they were saying something about his socks, maybe. I don't really remember. And then I'm usually, you know, talking to my lifter after their first lift and then asking like, how much do you have? Like, I'm gonna put this much on. Can you execute? Da da da, this and that. And then he's like, yeah, I got that. That's easy weight for me, no problem. So I believe I put it at 716, and I usually like to get the majority of the strength out of the lifter on the second, and then the higher I get the second to where I feel like their top end strength is, it's just very easy for me to cap it out. But you have to be careful when you do that. So 716 here. I believe 5 kilos is a jump I took, which I think is the perfect call. Um, I think that put us at like 833 kg total, and then I just jumped another 5. Um, just to finish it, just to ice it off. I was looking at Gruden. Um, Sean obviously had missed some lifts, so I didn't have to really worry too much about that. Although he wasn't too far behind. Um, so I was looking at Gruden, trying to think like, okay, is he gonna pull 320? Like, what can he do, or is he gonna try to secure second? I think they opted to just secure second with 3:15. I don't know what the fuck I told Weezy here that made him do that. I want to clip that. But I told him something. Shit made him freak out. But it was nice having him there, and just like somebody who I talk to every day anyway. It's just like you feel like you're in your element. If I could, wherever we travel around the world, I would bring these boys, everywhere. So Russ gassing up the crowd, hasn't even pulled yet, and he's gassing everyone up because he knows he's gonna get it. Okay. It was honestly like super fun to coach this session. It was a rough day before that, with what was going on at Worlds, so this was much needed for me mentally. So thank you, Russ. I needed it. I needed that dub, brother. You got it done. Nice and easy. Such a good feeling. Such a good feeling. To put in all the hard work, all the uncertainty, all the doubt, all the issues, all the talk, all the drama, all the BS to get it done 5 times. I'm telling you guys, our training these last weeks coming into this meet, it was not optimal. Like it was optimal for what we could do, but it was like not what I normally have people do. And like I can't believe he was able to. It's just a testament to the off season, man. Like when you have a good off season and you can just get your base so freaking high, it accounts for stuff like this. Like yeah, you miss a month of squats and only have 4 weeks to train before you compete. You never know, man. You might just be that far ahead of everybody else to the point where like it doesn't even matter. You still have enough to get the job done with some room. So really, really, really proud of him, man. So many years just doing this thing and just incredible what we've been able to do, just solidifying your legacy. It's been a legendary thing, man. This is you guys are watching something that's like yeah, he's saying 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. Yeah, you guys gotta watch the video. It's gonna get like really wholesome. And you're gonna hear like a lot of us talk and give Russ props. But just looking at my notes here to close out. Let's see. So one thing I wanted to point out with you guys, I'll just like rewind it a little. I'll just let it run. I wanted to point out with you guys is you guys gotta understand. Russ did a meet and greet like the day before the meet. He had like a media meeting to set up, you know, to set everything up about how he wanted it to be filmed and things like that. And it was he was doing so many things coming into this meet. Like it wasn't like he was just focusing on the meet. And he doesn't let any of that stuff but best mess with him. He's running a business. He's having business meetings. He's freaking coordinating everything, doing the rental car, doing the outfit, dealing with the injury, trying to cut weight, and then performing at the highest level, leaving nothing, like leaving it all on the platform, executing under all the pressure. He's not. This man is unfazed. He's unfazed. He's just another level of honestly, his mentals is just on another level, guys. Like I'm telling you, like when you have that, like it's very hard to beat somebody that just has no drawbacks from their mental. And like not many can do this, and clearly, like not people aren't doing this. Like this is a once in a generation type of lifter. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just happy to be a part of it. I'm happy that I'm able to work with someone that like listens to my words when it comes to this, understands that this is something that I care deeply about, and really gives it their heart and soul and puts everything into it, and it just really makes me want to work harder and makes me want. I mean, I'm already like, I'm a no stone unturned type of coach. Like when I'm in there, it's like everything has to be handled and accounted for. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to do. And I just can't believe that we couldn't squat for 4 weeks. Possibly even 5. I don't even remember. And we got it done. But communication, I'm very thankful that I have the experience that I have, that I was able to adjust this program and make him something that could work under these stressful situations. but you know, I can do everything that I can do, but if the lifter doesn't have the mentals to do it and the confidence, then you know, sometimes it doesn't happen. But when you put all those things together and you meld minds and you have that history together and he has complete trust in the plan and what I have him do, and his family's there watching him, all his friends are traveling out to see him. You guys got to understand, this man puts pressure on himself. Like on purpose. You know what I'm saying? Because he knows he's going to perform and it's just nuts. Honestly nuts. I could stay here all day and gas my man up. You know, we already got back to it. We are unhappy about bench. We gotta get those numbers up. We're gonna be healthier next time. We're gonna be stronger. We're gonna be able to push better. And you know, I think 850, 855 shouldn't be a problem. Honestly, it shouldn't be a problem. I don't see any issues there. Um, like so much left in the tank. I can't wait. It was really nice to see everybody there. Ah, there we go. See it one more time. And that's pretty much all I got, guys. Honestly, not much, you know, not too informative, right? Like we didn't have to break down technique or anything because we've done this 5 times already, and with worlds, you know what I'm saying? Um, Russ is just on another level when it comes to like executing meet day, thriving when you know under pressure. That's what he's all about. So I look forward to the future and seeing what we can build. I'm very happy that we were able to get the job done despite everything that we went through. And he did give a very nice talk at the end of the video. So if you guys, you know, go to his actual video, you guys can see all that. You can also see, you know, all everybody at the end just kind of giving their little 2 cents and saying, you know, good job. And honestly, it was great. It literally like I know I said it earlier, but I really needed this win, and I just want to thank Russ for getting it done, listening to me, executing, making the corrections on bench on the fly, doing what we need to do, and just proud of everyone, proud of everybody, all the GBT people, Will, Weeze, you know, Tina, everybody that helped that week. Thank you guys. Really, like it was a team effort. Oh, we got a lot done. So anyway, thank you guys so much for listening. Let me get a hashtag GBT or get better today in the comments down below, and see you guys in the next one. Peace.